Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother 3 updates and spoilers. Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Our house guests of the day are Bradley LeBlanc, the T of Texas, Manish Murley, Alexandra White, and Elizabeth Zarita. Thank you all so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a holla. Okay. And I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters, because that's another fantastic way to support our channel and keep us making these live streams and videos and all that good stuff. So Jefferson Tucker, Tamika Randall, Vajrath, Debbie Prishgoda, Migdalia G, Darren McDowell, and Alex Garza. Thank you all so much for your support yesterday. And I see Jefferson Tucker, my stage manager's here. Thank you again for the super chat. He says, who's ready for 4 straight action-packed nights of Celebrity Big Brother? Can we just take vacation and come back Monday? Honestly, I'm curious to see what they're going to fill these episodes with, because there's been a whole lot of solitaire playing and crap talking that they haven't really been showing on the show, and not a whole lot of gameplay. So I don't know what they're going to show. It's going to be probably a lot of farts. I don't know. Like, what else are they going to show? I guess baking with Carson, Lamar, people explaining the game to him. Like, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, thank you all for being here, if I didn't already say that. So when we left off yesterday, they had the power veto ceremony, and Misha did not use the power of veto, which means that Carson and Lamar remain up on the block. So Carson is Todd's target, and it's not looking good for him. He would need 2 votes to stay. Obviously, he's got Cynthia, so he would need 1 more, and he's hoping that he might be able to get Todrick's vote. He wants to remind Todrick that they said that they would look out for each other right at the beginning of the game. But we know that Todrick has wanted Carson out this whole time. So I don't really see him changing his mind now, but we'll see, right? You never know. So at one point yesterday, Carson and Todd were in the dining room, and Todd says, I got a feeling this night's going to be a good night. Now, I have a feeling that Misha and Todrick are going to try and cut my throat next. He says, if I didn't have a deal with them, I would have kept you. Lame. So lame. Todd says that he can tell by the way that Misha and Todrick are talking that they're going to target him next. You could have broken them up last week. You could have broken them up this week when you were HOH. You can break a deal in Big Brother, especially if you know that the people that you have a deal with would also break the deal. I mean, come on. This is not real life. It's Big Brother. So anyway, frustrating as hell. Later, Carson and Cynthia are in the gym, and they're planning out their conversation with Todrick. They want to try and get him alone without Misha, because they're just trying to make this appeal to him. So they want to have some sort of a makeup party, because Todrick was saying that he wanted to play with makeup. And they're like, oh my God, we can have it in the chocolate bedroom, nice and safe in there. Carson wants to keep this conversation casual. He's just going to be like, look, we had a little agreement. I would love for you to honor it. And if you can, that would be great. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take a little more than that to change Todrick's mind, but it's a start. So Carson says, we have to be our own advocates here. And Cynthia agrees. She says, if the shoe was on the other foot, Todrick would ask you to do the same. Hell yeah, he would. He would ask a lot more than that. So Cynthia says, we don't have much left at this point, so you just got to leverage whatever you can. We're down to the part of the game where if you don't ask, it's not just going to be offered to you. The whole game is that point in the game. Like, welcome to Big Brother. Not everyone's just going to hand things to you, but okay. So Carson says, we need to tell Todrick that Todd is going to want to get him out. We can be valuable allies on his side. I mean, that's a little more like it, right? You need to give him something. So there was some non-game related drama last night. Misha told Todd, hey, you say that women talk a lot or enjoy talking a lot, but I think that you talk more than anyone in this house, which is like not that big of a deal to say to somebody. But Todd was not happy about this. He says, I do not talk that much. And Misha's like, you're constantly talking, or you're mumbling, or you're narrating things. And Todd says, that's from prison. Okay. That's from trying to keep himself entertained. And he's like, it doesn't mean that I'm a woman. Okay. Like, that's a really weird thing to say. Okay. So Todd says that Todrick talks more than him, which I would agree with. But Misha says, well, Todrick tells good stories. So then Misha and Todd are kind of bickering back and forth about it. It gets like a little bit tense for a minute. But later, Todd talks to Lamar and he's telling him about what happened. And Todd is pissed and he's like, I'm going to blow this shit up. And Todd says, it's going to be a tied vote. And then he remembers, oh, wait, Lamar can't vote. Lamar is one of your nominees. No, he cannot vote. When are these people going to learn how the game works? So then the feed's cut. We didn't get to hear more of that conversation. But a little later, Todd was in the storage room with Cynthia, and he's like, there is no way that I talk more than that mother effer. He's talking about Todrick. And he says, we have to win the next HOH. We got to effing win so that they can take out Misha and Todrick. And Todd brought this up multiple times last night, both that he doesn't talk more than Todrick and also that they need to win HOH, they meaning Cynthia or Lamar, because Todd cannot compete in the next HOH competition. So later, Lamar and Cynthia are chatting in the chocolate bedroom, and Cynthia asks him how he's feeling, and Lamar says, I'm okay. I think they're going to vote Carson out, right? And Cynthia says, well, it depends on if we can get other people to vote for Carson to stay. Other people? There's only 2 other people voting. Also, you're talking to the other person up on the block, which is like really awkward that you're saying this stuff. But anyway, Cynthia says that she would vote for Lamar to stay if he was not up on the block against Carson. So Lamar's like, well, if you can get Todrick, then Carson can stay. Lammy, fight to stay. So Cynthia's like, but then you would leave. And Lamar says, yeah, but it'd be more competitive with you, Carson, and Todd going up against Misha and Todrick. And Cynthia says, but I thought you were in it to win it. I thought you were going hard for this HOH and you were going to, target Misha and Todrick, blah, blah, blah. And Lamar says, I am. And a few minutes later, he does confirm that if he wins HOH, he wants to put up Misha and Todrick. Woo! He says, this is the 4th quarter. This is when I really come alive. I hope so. Can we get the basketball competition tonight, please? Or like a Kardashians trivia quiz, or like specifically a Chloe quiz. I don't know. But anyway, there was more talk about how Cynthia, Lamar, and Todd need to stick together. I don't know how on board Cynthia is with that, though, because it's hard to tell if she's going to side with Lamar and Todd or Misha and Todrick. Cynthia's also confused because she's like, I thought that Todd and Lamar were in a bottom 4 with Misha and Todrick. Wake up! Misha and Todrick have been lying to you. But anyway, yeah, so moving on. Todrick spent a lot of time last night venting to Misha and just talking nonstop. Who talks the most in the house? Let me know in the comments what you think. So they're talking about how Todd and Lamar, Todrick is saying how Todd and Lamar don't respect him. He says they make rude and homophobic jokes. He says they're always commenting on his clothes and saying like, oh, I would never wear that. So you're saying that you shouldn't talk about what other people are wearing? Okay. That's really ironic considering what you spent 95% of the last few days doing, but okay, I guess it's not as much fun when people are talking about what you're wearing. So also, I don't see Carson having these problems with Todd and Lamar, which kind of makes it seem like Todrick is making some of these problems because, I mean, Todrick has even said preseason, and he said last night, he has issues with straight men. Issues that might not actually be there, but then he like makes it an issue. Yeah. So anyway, he feels like he might not get a lot of jury votes in the end. He feels like he would do better on a regular season and people would see his game and respect his game more. Just because he's not winning competitions doesn't mean he's not like strategizing behind the scenes. I gotta say, Todrick would have been out of here in a regular season. They would have seen through what he was doing. Also, the reason that you wouldn't be getting jury votes is because you've been nasty to every juror so far. Anyway, Todrick also admits that Shayna's gameplay was not that scandalous. Again, it would be more acceptable in a regular season, but he knew that Cynthia and Carson would be shocked by what he was telling them about Shayna's gameplay because they don't know the game that well. And I have to say, no, wait. He says we would not have been able to pull that off in a regular season. You know, people would not have believed what they were saying, or they would have been like, so what? I don't care. Like, I'm working with this person, which is true. I do have to say it's savvy of him to notice how gullible and like not knowledgeable about the game Carson and Cynthia are, so that he could make that move and turn them against Shayna. But personal and was like talking about Shayna's morals and like it's like that was not cool. But eventually it's called to the diary room, and this is when Cynthia makes her move, because at this point in the night, Cynthia and Carson have been waiting to try and get Todrick alone so that they can make their pitch to him. So Cynthia tells Todrick, when you have a minute, if you could just, come by the room. I wanted us to have a conversation with Carson. I think he's feeling a little bit sad about leaving. And the two of us are the closest to him in this house. He really like loves and respects you inside and outside of here. So if you could just like come by and, have a moment with him. Cynthia is talking like Carson is on his deathbed. Oh my God. So Todrick's like, yeah, I'd love to talk to Carson. And he's just drooling about this because he's like, oh my God, Carson is like on his way out and I'm going to be like talking to him about it when he's all sad. So anyway, a little later, Todrick joins Carson and Cynthia in the chocolate bedroom and they're like, psych, sorry we had to fake you out. Carson says, we have an interesting last-ditch offer for you that can help your end game. He says, we feel like you and Misha are going to make it to the end. You're going to win the competitions. You're going to make it to the end. And he says, I've told you from the beginning that I want to see you win this. I want to see you do well. So Carson says, I would love to stay a little bit longer. We had our little side deal in the beginning that we were going to look out for each other. And now would be the time for that. So Carson says, if you vote to keep me, Cynthia and I would promise to vote for you to win at the end. He's promising their jury votes. Excuse me. So he says, Cynthia and I are less dangerous than Todd and Lamar. You will be able to make it to the end against the two of us. We want you to do well. And Todrick's like, wow, I'm going to have to talk to Misha about it. But he's also bringing up that if Carson makes it to the end, he's going to win. And Carson's like, yeah, but I'm not going to make it to the end because you and Misha would beat us in the competitions. So after this conversation is over, Cynthia and Carson are saying they feel like it went really well. They're like, we did everything that we could do. And Carson says he has a good feeling. No, baby, no. So on the flip side of things, Todrick tells Misha about the conversation. And Todrick is wondering, should we consider keeping Carson? Like, is this a thing? I mean, for Todrick, it sounds great, right? He's got 2 jury votes promised to him. Misha does not get those benefits. So Misha shuts it down. She's like, you want to win, right? We can't keep Carson here. We can't. So at that point, it seems like it's squashed again. All right. So then today, oh my God, this was so annoying. Cynthia rewriting history. She's talking to Todd and she's like, we really only had one chance in this game to take out Misha. Carson was the only one that had the balls to put her up on the block, but nobody wanted to ride with us on that one. Yeah, nobody, including you or Carson. Who is this us? Last time I checked, Cynthia was like full steam ahead on getting rid of Shayna last time. So, But Cynthia says we could have taken Shayna out later. She's finally realizing here they done effed up. So, you know who did want to take Misha out? Shayna. Lamar, but Cynthia and Carson didn't want to hear it. So that's on them, unfortunately. But when I heard that, I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? And she said it to like 3 different people. I was like, okay. So then Carson and Cynthia, they're trying to make moves here. They're trying to save Carson. They're making another pitch to Todrick. Where was all this gameplay before? Why does this not happening until like the last minute possible here? So they're talking to Todrick, and Todrick is now saying that he would love to keep Carson, and he'll do it if they can convince Misha. So Todrick is also saying, like, I'm hoping that I'll have your jury votes anyway. No. But he's talking about how this money can take his career to the next level. So then Todrick goes to get Misha because they're like, let's get Misha in here. Let's all talk together. So Todrick's telling her we should just hear what they have to say. Maybe they'll make a point that we didn't think of before. Like, we don't need to decide right now, but let's at least hear them out and see what they have to say. So you just know Todrick is really wanting those jury votes locked in. So I feel like he's actually maybe considering this because he has a closer connection to Cynthia and Carson than Misha does. So he's also probably thinking if it came down to it, maybe Carson or Cynthia could take out Misha, and then he won't even have to worry about going up against her in the final 2. So, okay, Carson, Cynthia, Misha, and Todrick are chatting, and Carson says, Misha, you don't even have to vote for me to stay. Like, if you have other deals that you need to honor, that's fine. We just need Todrick's vote. So if you guys keep me and we win next week, we're gonna keep you safe. We're gonna take out Todd. And Carson says Todd is a bigger threat to you guys than we are. He has been flying under the radar. He's suddenly awoken, like he's doing well in the competitions. Carson says we're transparent, we're fair and square. We have supported you throughout this game. And Cynthia makes it a point to talk about how they have respectfully followed through on any deals that they've had with Misha and Todrick. They chose morals over the game in getting rid of Shayna and keeping Misha. Morals? Oh, like there was nothing morally wrong with Shayna. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, they also say Todd and Lamar are coming for you now. Todd was fuming last night about the whole him talking the most in the house drama. So they're telling Misha and Todrick, let's go to the Final 4 together, and then you'll beat us in the competitions, and you'll make it to the end. So by the end of this conversation, everybody hugs. There's hugs all around, but Misha and Todrick don't give their decision. They need to think about it. So again, Cynthia and Carson think it went really well. Yeah, and then the feeds went down before we could hear Misha and Todrick discuss this latest proposal. So I'm not totally sure what they're thinking at this point. There is an eviction tonight. Carson or Lamar will be going. I'm assuming it's still going to be Carson, but you never know. Maybe something with this pitch clicked. We'll have to wait and find out, but it's going to be interesting. So, or maybe it's not. So let me know what you guys think about all that. Hello! And who do you want to win the next HOH competition?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
The stream was really bad. Sorry.
Was it?
Yeah, it was all pixely.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
The sound was great.
I mean, as long as you can hear me, right? You're not missing anything here.
Please, they all show up to look at that face.
No, they don't. But anyway, yeah.
That face brings all the boys to the yard.
No. I want to thank all of today's super chatters because you guys are awesome. Jefferson Tucker, thank you so much. Darren McDowell, thank you so much. Darby C, thank you so much for the super chat. Vajrath, thank you as always. And Vajrath has a question. Do you think Misha knows that Todrick is making himself look bad and is bringing him to the end as a GOAT, or is she actually oblivious? Honestly, I think she's oblivious right now. I think it's a Love is Blind situation.
I think she doesn't pick up on social things because that's not her deal.
I don't know. I don't think she even knew who Todrick was before this anyway. So she doesn't know about his drama that he brings in. And she's just so closely aligned with him, spends like all of her time with him. She doesn't see the other side of things. So I don't think that she's like bringing him to the end as a goat. I think she's just like, this is my best friend here. Blah. We fought so hard together. But that's a good question. Thank you. Gail Murphy Comedy, thank you so much for the super chat. And Gail says, hi, Maddie. How are you doing? Hi. I'm tired, but that's okay. I'm sad that the Olympics are going to be drawing to a close soon. I'm not super jazzed that we have 4 nights in a row of shows to cover.
But
it's just a bit much. Is it a clip show?
Somebody said it was a clip show tomorrow.
That's kind of annoying. Like, do we really need a clip show for a 3-week season?
We got to put asses in the seats. These are celebrities. They need a little fluffing.
Yeah. How are you guys doing? Let me know. And is it Rayo Lance? Thank you so much for the super chat. And Rayo says, I would laugh so hard if Cynthia and Lamar were final 2, but I think at this point Todrick and Misha will be final 2, sadly. Also love your updates. Thanks for watching. I feel like it's probably going to be Todrick and Misha as well, but maybe something crazy will happen. You never know. Especially if there are more like live competitions. I feel like live comps, there's always some weirdness in the air, you know? Anything can happen. And we're still waiting for that basketball competition. So who knows? But thank you again. And Michelle C., thank you so much. Michelle says, Lamar for HOH, please. I know, right?
That would be amazing.
Yeah. TV Talks with Tom, what's up? He was also saying Lamar for HOH tonight and Lamar only. Agreed.
I was listening to TV Talks with Tom in the car on the way home from Granny's.
Oh, nice. Yes. Very nice. Yeah, if you guys are not already watching TV Talks with Tom, check him out. Also, I meant to say this yesterday, but I got so tied up in everything. I wanted to wish Jolene Lunzer a happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday, lady.
Yes, happy birthday. We hope you had an awesome day. And if you guys aren't watching Jolene, check her out. She is
hilarious.
Yes, amazing. She does some great stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I gotta go call Granny. You guys know how it is. So hope we'll see you later for tonight's recap.
Hope I'm alive.
Yeah, hope so. You need to take a nap or something.
I've had a very long bad day.
Yeah. Oh, Sheena123, thank you so much for the super chat. And Sheena says, hey ladies, sorry I haven't been super chatting. Oh, don't worry about it. Been busy at work and got my 3rd dose today.
Yay.
This old channel got terminated. Keep up the great work. I'm sorry about your channel, and I hope that you don't have bad side effects from the booster. I didn't really have issues when I got my booster, so
just
hopefully, just a little sore. But other than that, you know, good for you for getting your booster. That's awesome. So, all right. On that note, we're going to say, everybody stay safe out there, and we'll see you later. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, much love. Bye.